Hi, I'm Elena and I've survived 3 months in Japan. It's definitely been a journey. Here are some things that surprised me the most. When you're walking down the street in Japan, you might want to keep those Google Maps handy. There are no street names or numbers whatsoever. You'll be lost otherwise. On top of that, if you're not in Tokyo or some big town, there's a high chance that you won't be able to use Uber or other ride-sharing apps. Now, I do live in the middle of nowhere here, so my content is mostly gonna be biased towards how an average person lives here. If you're coming to Japan for just a week as a tourist, most likely you're not gonna be bothered by that many things. So this is just for entertainment value. Also, if you think that Tokyo is a good representation for the whole freaking country, you're in for a rude awakening. That's content. No, that is content. Exchanging cash in Japan has proven to be one of the most challenging experiences for me. When I first arrived from Europe, I brought over some cash which I was hoping to exchange, only to find out that some new money laundering laws have come into effect and that most of the banks would stop exchanging foreign currency in just under 10 days. I live in a small town, so the only place I can exchange my money is in a bigger city at the airport like Matsuyama or at the Travelex in bigger cities. And the exchange rates feel like getting robbed in broad daylight. So I decided to grab the opportunity and exchange the cash I had in my hometown. So I went to EO Bank and it took me almost 3 hours to exchange 900 euro. I thought that it was because I was a foreigner, so they have to follow some kind of additional procedures. So I made my husband go in the next day and exchange $100. It was exactly the same. Well, at least there is equality. Turns out that under Japanese law, all human beings residing in Japan are supposed to pay the national pension. I was very surprised one morning when I got the letter urging me to pay the bill. It's the national pension after all. Okay, so this might vary from country to country, but in Japan there are these bumps at parking lots that are supposed to help you park more safely and effectively. Beware of them. I was carrying a box from a furniture store and I fell over really hard. The one thing that struck me right away is how intense the Japanese marketing and advertisement style is. There are so many fonts and colors and so much text squeezed onto one tiny package that sometimes it gets just really overwhelming. And nonetheless, I have oftentimes struggled with understanding what the product might be just by the look of the packaging. In case you were wondering, that colorful explosion in the corner, that's fireworks. Do you guys have fireworks sold at your local drugstore? Very graphic now. Guys, just check out how Voltaren looks like. I mean, no matter where you are from, you probably know this. And that's a Japanese product for breathing only through your nose during sleep. I mean, Japanese drugstores have the strangest products. There was even a bamboo scoop for cleaning out your earwax. I mean, just check out the size of the price tags compared to the size of the actual product. So this is a random product from a Japanese drugstore. Can you guess what it is? I swear I lose every time.
It's a eye drop.
If you find yourself staying in a traditional Japanese house, there's probably tatami there. It may not look like it, but it's very slippery at times. You've been warned. Japan is a very hot and humid place, so there are so many things that are just gonna try to bother you or kill you. My personal top of the list is Mukade, the Japanese centipede, Takahashigumo, the huntsman spider, and the killer hornet. This might not be that big of a problem for you if you're living in a big town with concrete all around, but as soon as you venture a little bit outside of the town, yeah, you might want to read about it. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Can you believe that this thing is not even native to Japan? It got imported by accident from Australia. Ah! Where is he? 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 Oh my god, why do they have to be so quick? Where? 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 Yeah, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He's like in the fucking... This is horror movie stuff. This is horror movie. This is like something. Oh. Nobody tells you this before moving to Japan. Ah! Yeah, yeah. He moved onto the wall. What's this? I can breathe this? Yeah, 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 yeah. I can breathe this?
Yes or no, but you can.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's there.
Oh, my sleeper! No, 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 no. He's so giant.
He's fine after this.
Look at him.
Oh, hey. Oh.
They're actually pretty good because they eat cockroaches and their saliva is antiseptic, so they're harmless and you might as well want to keep one as a pet. They're quite fast though, which makes them unpredictable, which is quite scary. So how do I go up to the room? Die? What's the plot? Oh my... Oh, there's some...
Yeah, you saw it?
No. I mean, just check out how fast they are.
You saw?
So this lady in our neighborhood has a killer hornet nest as a decoration. Don't ask me why. I just thought you might want to know how it looks. So if you're less than 10 meters away from the hive, you'll get attacked and you might get followed for up to 30 meters. The hive could be up in the air or in the ground, so be careful. Don't wave your hands or shout, move away quietly as fast as you can. One hornet can bite multiple times. 1 in 300 people has allergy to hornet poison, but mostly you're risking to go into anaphylactic shock after being bitten on multiple occasions. How you know you're going into anaphylactic shock? It's hard to breathe, skin becomes red, you have stomachache, and you want to throw up. It's possible to get an EpiPen from a local Japanese doctor. About 20 people die every year in Japan from killer hornet bites, mostly elderly men. I swear, men pick up all sorts of strange outdoorsy hobbies when they get older. So I was just thinking about your driver's instructor, the one that you said goes to the forest to pick up mushrooms. Mm-hmm. How you feel about that right now? He's crazy. Like, he can step on anything, anytime.
He's that, survival kind of person.
To be fair, mushrooms that he looks for are called matsutake, and 330 gram cost $280. That's some good risk reward if you ask me. Japanese centipede is not something you want to find inside your bed sheets. Their bite is 10 times stronger than a bee sting and will result in 8 hours of strong pain. You have to wash the bite with water and go to the hospital as soon as possible. They are very territorial and will come back if you don't deal with them right away. You can use insect spray and put them in a bottle. Be careful not to touch. They like to hide under objects like bed sheets, for example, so I recommend getting white bed sheets. And also we got a bed frame out of hinoki, the Japanese cypress, as it's known to repel bugs. Wow, it's so electric.
This is a bit quiet one.
Really? This is quiet?
Yeah.
What the hell? Especially for me? So, as I've already mentioned, Japan is a pretty humid place. If you have European straight, thin hair like me, you might run into some problems. The trick I've learned is to put a bit of hair wax, just something from the drugstore, on top of your hair, so when it gets really bad, at least there is a quick solution. When me and my husband first moved into our house in Japan, all of the extended family, all of our neighbors kept bringing us food, gifts, money, just to support us. We've had to DIY quite a fair bit of our house and do some renovations. We've had to make the kitchen essentially from scratch. So this being a small town, everybody in the neighborhood knew what we were going through, this couple struggling, and they really wanted to support us, which is really sweet.
こんにちは。こんにちは。おめでとうございます。こんにちは。どうぞラーメンです。お米です。味噌汁です。お菓子です。ありがとうございます。またね。はい。これ作ったんで食べてください。
When I first got here, the biggest shock was the minimal amount of non-Japanese made products. You're most likely not going to find that many international brands, if any at all. So you're going to have to spend some time finding the local version of the product that you love back home. You may also discover that the medicine you used at home might not be available or registered in Japan.
You can import medicine that you cannot buy in Japan from abroad. Here's a site I've used. I'll leave a link down below.
The thing that made me the most homesick is probably the fact that Japanese food is amazing, but as soon as you venture out a little bit out of that comfort zone, the bread and pastries are sold underbaked, the cheese selection is quite scarce.
This is what cheese selection looks like in an average supermarket.
Okay, we have to talk about the Japanese sink size. I have no idea why that has to be so ginormous, but it just is. You can bathe babies in there, or I think with my height, I'm 165, so I think I can take a bath there. Seriously, the amount of comfy products for your daily life and your high quality of life is staggering, and I think I am quite enjoying this. Whatever you think that could possibly make your life better, the Japanese already made it. I've always wondered why Japanese obsess so much about sakura season and cherry blossom watching, but I think I've understood that it's the epitome of the Japanese wabi-sabi concept. If you blink, you might as well miss it, so I suggest you don't, because it's very beautiful. Oh, I also was not aware that Japanese cherry doesn't have cherries, which seems a bit of a waste to me. It came to me as a surprise that in many Japanese towns there are these announcements on the loudspeakers that are placed all over the town. For example, in my town they play music at 6 AM, at 5 PM, and there's a 1 or 2 minute announcement at 7 PM. Also, these loudspeakers are going to be used when there is an emergency of any kind. So the first week in Japan I've spent in Tokyo, and there was an earthquake of magnitude of 5.
Actually, that was shake intensity, not the magnitude. Shake intensity is how strongly you feel the earthquake in different locations.
In general, I feel like natural disasters in Japan are a bit sensationalized abroad. I feel like the Japanese are chill but prepared when it comes to that. Just for the peace of your mind, you should install this app called Yurekuru.
This app notifies you that an earthquake is coming, and you can see what the shake intensity is on the map. It will alert you about other things too, like landslides and tsunami. Go to settings, set your location, and change notification intensity. Mine is set to shake intensity of 3. This way the app won't bother you too much.
Something that's different in Japan compared to my home country is that every time people enter into a room or go out, they seem to be saying something, which is really new to me because I'm more shy and introverted and I just don't really say that much stuff.
ただいま。行ってきます。忘れ物。あ、ちょっと買い物行ってくる。あれ、財布。お疲れです。じゃあおやすみ。
Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and if you like my content, I would love if you bought me a coffee. Support me on Patreon and join the Surviving Japan community. Till next time!